The second match of group number B. Who will follow the roots of Emre winning in here? It is at least Barcode winning the coin toss. But what can he make out of it? He activates Deception of the Sinful Spoils, tributing a Fuvalos, which is of course no longer needed going first.
Yep, and now we're going to see if he already has access to something like a Snake Eye engine. Might not have it, goes into the Murcielago first. This one is going to be able to get yourself a wanted Sinful Seeker of the Sinful Spoils. No, just wanted Seeker, Sinful.
Yeah.
Take it away.
But still, I mean, we kind of need another monster here, really, because you want to link off the Murcielago before you activate the graveyard effect of Hollow-Dasamina again. Therefore, we gotta see. We gave up on the Multiarmy Full, which worst case we could have normal summoned here, but Barcode thinking about it here. One of our monsters in hand. Is it going to be a valuable Norman summon, or is it rather going to be something we have to give up on from our hand, like an effect Veiler or something?
Yep.
Oh, okay, I mean, that's a way to get things into the graveyard as well. Diabels of a Black Witch, just sending it there.
Yep, has the Black Witch already, doesn't need the Wanted for it. The Wanted, of course, is incredibly useful. Okay, we're activating an Infinite Impermanence here, knowing that another card from hand is just going to get us another Diabellstar the Black Witch. It's a I think it's a very, very reasonable and strong Infinite Impermanence by Jokah. Hallowed is being activated now. Murcielago is going back into the extra deck. And now we're going to see one of the most broken interactions, in my opinion, activating Hollow-Dasamina and Chaining Wanted.
That is indeed true. And I mean... Oh, we're not Chaining Wanted.
Okay.
Hold on.
Maybe we only play one Black Witch.
I mean, or we drew another one of them, right?
Yeah.
There is the Ilya Sylviar, and that is, of course, great news, but the normal summon of Favored Lurry is still a tough thing to deal with, because that card alone equals a Fiendsmith Requiem without having to link into Moon of the Closed Heaven. So that was one of the most powerful normal summons remaining in the hand there that he could have wished for.
Yep, and if Barcode is playing the Beatrice package, this is also full Snake Eyes combo now. Going to Requiem, Engraver and Diabellstar the Black Witch are going to go into a Fiendsmith sequence, and then you have the option to fusion summon out Fiendsmith Lacrima, summon back Engraver, go into Beatrice, send Snake Eye Ash, then go into Promethean Princess, if Barcode has decided to play the Beatrice package.
Let's see. I heard the content creators debating on whether they maybe just say, hey, with that card being going onto the Forbidden Unlimited list not too far from now, we may as well decide not to play it this weekend. But then some of them said, that card is still legal, so I may as well play it this weekend. And I think Barcode was one of them. That card is really, really good, so I may as well put my deck to full power. And Barcode, he wants to win this. I think he was one of the most confident ones in the interviews before the tournament started. He was like, yeah, I'm going to win this. Watch out. And there is one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful rank 6 monster in the game. She truly is eternal. The Beatrice, Lady of the Eternal.
Won't be eternal for forever.
That's true.
Until tomorrow, basically. So, or a few days later, not tomorrow. But Snake Eye Ash is being summoned here. Promethean Princess is to follow here, if I'm not completely mistaken. Yep. We have Ilya Silva to protect it, so basically you need another Impermanence and an Effect Veiler to stop the Promethean Princess here. Barcode is on only one card in hand, so if Jokah has 2 interruptions here, might as well use them. Honestly, if you interrupt, if you negate the Promethean Princess twice here and Ilya Silva goes, you still have the effects of Fiendsmith Engraver. Nope, Snake Eye Ash is being summoned, and we all know what that means. Poplar is gonna follow, and from then on, it's going to be super tough for Jokah to get this game back into his favor.
That is true. You really need to stop this. I really liked, as you also said, the Infinite Impermanence on the Diabellstar of a Black Witch, because that essentially cuts off the access to the Snake Eye cards if they don't still have it through those Fiendsmith cards. I mean, usually you need 2 monsters, and that alone is not full Fiendsmith combo, but if one monster is Villuri, it does in the end work, because it can just immediately make itself into a Fiendsmith Requiem, and then all goes from there.
And there's there's another thing. The question is now, how well versed is Barcode with these Snake Eyes combos? Because sometimes they get tricky. It's incredibly easy to mess up the combos here. So far, it's looking very, very good. And also, the deck has received some support in the Snake Eyes Doom Dragon that is making it... It's hiring the ceiling of the deck as well. You can very easily put out a number 38 Hope Harbinger, Titan Galaxy. Well.
Usually it's more the Photon Lord, yeah. I think that one is rather the common choice. Or Zombie Vampire, also a card that gets enabled through the Doom Dragon as well. And yes, you say I mean, it's not really hiring the ceiling. It's more of a consistency tool, right? Because you just have more monsters you can summon, therefore you more consistently can go into your Fiendsmith combo. You can more consistently put up huge fields with more linked material monsters. I mean, to be fair, though, it also kind of, it's both things actually combined, both the ceiling and the consistency. That card just overall just helped out the deck so much, and therefore, rightfully so. For example, made it partly the reason how Mist at the very last weekend could win the Duelist Cup with it mainly.
I mean, the Doom Dragon also makes Temple so much better, because if you only start with the Fiendsmith engine with a Tract or a Lurry, you can later on use Engraver on the field and then put the Requiem into the Spell and Trap Zone, activate Temple, and then summon out a Doom Dragon after putting the Snake Eye Ash into the Spell and Trap Zone. Another way to get into your Snake Eyes combo.
Yeah, another way to get into your Fiendsmith combo, which we have not seen at all yet, and which honestly to me is quite surprising, because at the Duelist Cup last weekend, those cards were everywhere. Where are the Millennium cards, Leo? I haven't seen a single Millennium card here so far. Those have been absolute staples in a lot of the Snake Eye decks very recently. Also in the White Forest decks. And I mean, that deck we have not seen yet today. But those feel so powerful and good. I would honestly try to include that into every single one of my decks. But that looks like a really, really, really strong Appaloosa Bow of the Goddess. 3,200 attack points on it.
Yep, keep in mind, Flamebird Dragon hasn't been activated yet. We summon back the Snake Eye Ash. We have Poplar here. Actually, we might as well just go IP with this one and then leave the IP on the field. Usually you go the other way around with the Flamebird Dragon and putting the IP back into your Spell and Trap Zone. But you have Snake Eye Oak in your Spell and Trap Zone for the Snake Eyes Temple. So
that works.
You might do it that way as well.
I mean, that is a little vulnerable to, for example, cards like Hubby's Feather Dust and stuff like that. And then your access to fire monsters on the field, together with the Promethean Princess in the graveyard, could be cut off. But that is going to be what Barcode has delivered and decided on. Turn over Jokah's time.
Does Jokah have the Winged Dragon of Ra Sphere mode?
Oh, that would be a
that would be insane.
Great start against this field for sure. What deck is it? What have you decided to bring here for the first round? Every duelist starts with 2 decks in their arsenal, and Jokah has equally so included Fiendsmith cards into his deck of choice here.
I mean, at this point, you just have to throw Appaloosa immediately, right? If you summon one with 4 materials, then you want to activate it at basically everything your opponent can put out. You're still protected from cards like Triple Tactics Talons, because you have the Ilya Silva. Tract is being activated. That's okay. We're playing 2 Tract here. That's valuable information for everyone.
Still, it's also valuable to have that Tract here, as that does mean that. Okay, Barcode does not want any of that. Ash Blossom and Joy Spring on the Tract. We're stopping this very, very strongly here. And I mean, I like the decision of Barcode, honestly, because that denies a second Light Fiend monster in the graveyard for Jokah. But there is Valeri already in hand as well. Every single one of those cards of the Fiendsmith engine in the main deck have found their way into the hand of Jokah. Honestly, you might say not that great, but here in that particular scenario, when all of them get negated, you still have the missing piece already in hand. It's kind of funny and good to see.
That is true, but now SP Little Knight is just so incredibly good. You were just talking about getting a second Light Feed into the grave, and Barcode is having none of that. Chaining IP Masquerade to Snake Eye Oak is also kind of cool. Now you still have Ilya Silva. You have 2,400 attack points on your Appaloosa Bow of the Goddess. You're summoning the SP Little Knight here to banish Fabled Lurry. You still have the second effect available for yourself as well. 2 cards in the hand for Jokah. What can those cards be?
I think, one of them will have to deal with the effect of the Ilya Silva, so it better be 2 Triple Tactic Talents or something like that. That could be something to turn things around. Okay, we go chaining 1 Little Knight, chaining 2 Poplar.
Alright, Poplar even chain blocking the SP Little Knight here. Doesn't really matter too much. We're adding Sinful Spoil, Snake Eyes, banishing the Fabled Lure. Now the question is, how much more can Jokah do? This was his normal summon. Signet Mining is being activated. There's a surprise factor here, discarding his own Ash Blossom. And Ilya Silva, of course, says, hey, you have no cards in the field, no cards in hand. It's my time to go.
But that is something very interesting, and I actually talked about this deck with him before the tournament. This is actual MACBOOK Fiendsmith, which is a deck I wasn't even aware of existing, to be honest, because it's not something that immediately seems obvious to me, as the MACBOOK cards very often lock you into Cybers monsters from the extra deck.
And you have been a MACBOOK expert recently.
True, but he told me he played this at the Duelist Cup last weekend. He had a 10-game win streak in the second stage, so it surely can't be that bad. And therefore he, with confidence, brought it into the tournament. But the confidence of his field right now is speaking a different language, to be honest. 0 cards against all those cards from Barcode. Is that already enough damage on the field? It may as well be, right?
I think it's very close. Yes. It's 8,300 damage, in fact. 4,000. Very easy math with Appaloosa and the SP Little Knight. And then, yeah, you go to 4,300 with Poplar and Diabellstar, the Black Witch. But that was not even with cards from hand. You could have gotten the damage so easily. It's incredible. Snake Eyes 1, MACBOOK 0.
The confidence in the end paid off. Barcode going into